top.
And welcome back to the Paul Murrell Show. I'm Paul, I'm your host. I realize that. And welcome back to the Paul Murrell Show. I'm going to do my NPR voice for this show for your listening enjoyment. I'm just kidding. I've been off mic for a couple of days doing some research and trying to get my thoughts together. In this episode, we're going to touch on CRT. It turned into a big can of worms, and I just don't have it all together enough to really give it the treatment it deserves. I want to talk about Bitcoin and some of the news that's going on in the cryptocurrency world briefly. And then we're going to take a look at some of these YouTubers and what they were doing the day before the crash. I think it was funny. I did a little research and wanted to see what their price predictions were like the day before the whole crypto market took a huge crash. So that's what I got on tap for you today. Without further ado, let's get into this CRT. So let me just tell you about this journey I took into critical race theory. I jump on the interweb and I'm on YouTube and I want to watch a video to have someone kind of explain it to me, what the whole CRT is about. And, you get these commercials that come up before your video on YouTube. And this one comes up. It's all in text. It's just, it starts like with this beautiful young lady. And it's like, do you like Slavic women? It's in text. It doesn't say anything. You just have to read along. And I'm like, what the F is this? I'm not totally ignorant. I know there's, we used to call them mail order brides. I don't know how it all worked. I've never had any interest in this. I've never been that lonely of a person, but you probably went to the agency and they had like a catalog of all these Russian women that were willing to marry just about anybody to get out of their communist country. And so I know that there are mail order brides and this stuff does exist, but I've never really seen it. I guess I just don't blip on their algorithm. But going to look for some content on, we'll just call it a right-wing channel, blips you on the human trafficking, I think is what this is, right? So it continues. It's like, learn why Slavic women don't care about your age, and on. Why Slavic women are blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, this is human trafficking, right? This is the sex trade. This is like the legitimate side of it, right? I was just kind of blown away. I was like, maybe I should just go back to watching Family Guy because already this isn't going well for me. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, I know it exists, but since it's not part of my world, I've kind of just never seen it all up in my face like that before. I've never gotten hit with the Slavic or Russian bride commercials. And again, I don't know. Maybe these things are legitimate. We could talk about, the idea that there's lonely people. We're not designed to be isolated, We're not designed as human beings to live alone and to not have social connection. So I know that's probably their angle. We're creating these social connections, these bonds, bringing two people that would otherwise be, alone in the world together. And if that were true, that would be fine. I'm all fine with that. Except for I have a problem with people that aren't complete inside and search out other people to fill a void within themselves. I think that's a chemistry for failure. But on the even darker side, I think this is actually human trafficking and sex slavery, right? That's really what it comes down to me in my mind. Not the point. We were supposed to talk about CRT, but I was shocked by this a little bit. Again, I know I'm not totally stupid, but I just never had it thrown in my face like that. It just got my mind running on it. Like, this is not something that should be okay. I'm sure if you follow the rabbit hole down deep enough, you'll find at the bottom of the rabbit hole are these young women who are in desperate situations and are willing to do just about anything to get out of this horribly desperate situations. And what I referred to earlier about when you're in mental crisis, you're not making decisions, you're just trying to survive. So when you try and convince me that these women have a choice in this situation, I'd probably argue they don't. I would probably argue that they're doing whatever it takes to survive. So yeah, another, you know what I mean? I just wish I would have just probably stayed on the couch and watched Family Guy, because it brought up a lot of issues. Moving on into, so we get to filing to CRT, and what CRT kind of came down to me was it's either a communist manifesto or it's taken a new approach. I guess it's been around for 10 years, like I said in the beginning. It's something, or even longer. I mean, if you take it back to the original documents of the 1970s, but it's really gotten some traction in the last 10 years, I think, in the higher education community. So either communist manifesto, I know college campuses get accused of being breeding ground for communism, or it's just a real hard look at racism from a whole new perspective. Again, I try to remain objective. I'm just too ignorant to make a real good opinion about it. But interesting stuff, but I'm going to leave it alone for now. You know, it's just such a huge can of worms when you really look at it. And I think my first impression was that it does really cause a lot of division in race, and we need to talk about what race is, and it's a huge topic that I just can't give it the right treatment in a 15-minute video, and I'm not even going to attempt to. So I learned a little something about it. It's just got into a big can of worms that I'm just not equipped to process through at this point. I'd have to do a lot more reading before I could even formulate a common sense opinion, I think. So with that, let's move on. Let's talk about Bitcoin and the market. Like I've said throughout all of my videos, whenever I mention it, Bitcoin's been trading sideways. It continues to. We had talked about this day, July 17th, as a possible day for the market to really start going parabolic, to go on to return to the bull run. But as of 9 a.m. local, it has not. And so with that, I wanted to take a look at some of these YouTube. We're going to take a look at some of my favorite crypto YouTube influencers. And I want to talk a little bit about why my show is so important. I know it doesn't seem very important right now, but when you see all these other YouTubers, you'll start to understand why I think my show is important. For one, I'm always going to be an independent thought. I'm always going to be dedicated to telling the truth and not being a scammer. So the space definitely needs that. I mean, there's a few guys out there. I wish there were more gals. Crypto's actually just dominated by guys. So when I say guys, I don't mean it as a sexist way of saying everyone. It's really dominated. Outside of Crypto Wendy, it's really pretty much true, it seems. But, they're all clones. They're all Bitboy clones. Everyone in the space is a Bitboy clone. And no one has... Again, there are some exceptions. I know Altcoin Daily, who's almost got as many subscribers, is an independent thinker for sure. And I like the show, but it's a little dry. And that's the other thing is no one's really going to bring the diversity in entertainment, a good chuckle value. So I think, my show is important because we need someone in there that's not a Bitboy clone. And I think I could be that person. So let's move on. Let's stop talking about me and let's get into it. Which is funny because that's like a Bitboy saying. I didn't mean to say that. So this is MM Crypto Chris. He's a great guy. Again, I think he's German. I love his accent. Puts a smile on my face. He's a really positive guy, and he's always traveling around Europe, making some incredible footage. And he doesn't do it while he's driving his cars or while he's flying in his luxury jet. He just lets the pilots do that. Let someone else drive while he's shooting footage, and I appreciate him for that. So let's just give it a listen. Let's see what Chris had to say a couple days before the market crash.
That I'm doing that, but really, guys, like, give me the feedback. Smash up the like button to 10,000 likes if you prefer these updates, even if they are a little bit shorter. As long as you are getting the information, smash up the like button. So this would bring us actually almost a 10% pump to almost 57,000 US dollars. The only thing I want to show you guys, still be a little bit cautious, pulling out the weekly, the 4-hourly ribbon. You can see that Bitcoin is below. Bitcoin is technically in a downtrend. But whenever the ribbons are getting so big, they are expanding like crazy. It is time for a big move, usually in the opposite direction. So as long as Bitcoin, of course, is not breaking the neckline here, you can remain cautious. When we are breaking it, I am putting more in my long trade. When Bitcoin, however, is breaking the previous low at 46,000, this is when I'm saying, guys, I'm ringing the alarm bells. I am right now being very, very cautious as to what is going to happen in the immediate future for Bitcoin, because when we are closing actually below the 21-week EMA, then we are having something unprecedented. Or you can just...
So good for you, Chris. Again, I like your show. So, okay, so this is Crypto Wendy O. She's like one of the only females in the crypto space. So hats off to you, Wendy. It's inconsequential to me. I don't care. Just give me good information. I don't care who you are, boy or girl, or any of the colors under the rainbow. It's all fine with me. I just like good information. I like the honest truth, and I would give her a little knock because she is kind of a Bitboy clone. At least when she's on his show, she's more of a technical analysis, and but when she's on the around the blockchain, she's a clone. She never stirs the pot too much. Anyway, let's take a listen.
Range between about 58 to about 56.
And this is like a week before the crash.
What's going to happen next week? Let me go ahead and zoom out.
She doesn't do daily content, so
right now,
hard to find
the key areas I'm looking for. I'm looking for indication that we're going to flip 60,000. Once we flip 60,000, I want to see 62 flip, 61, 62 flip, upper 61. So close. We'll just say 62 for purposes of this video. I'm going to go ahead and denote that
62 and then onward to
a little bit of a difference.
160,000.
I don't like this green line.
Which we may. We'll see. We'll check back. We'll see if we can hit that 160,000, Wendy.
If it's looking promising, we're going to hit 60,000. But again, I need to see us flip into support and go up. If we don't, we're probably going to get back down to this trend line or to about 56. So that's kind of what I would be looking for this week. Honestly, I don't really care too much about what Bitcoin is doing right now because
you should have
absolutely crazy. But we needed to kind of chart and see what's going on.
Should have sold all your altcoins
according to this chart that I have that I made. It's just fractal based TA.
Calling the market
nothing too special, nothing too exciting. But according to
really nothing too exciting.
No, it's not this chart. It's this
Say that again.
Yeah, according to this chart that I have, and I talked about it on Bitboy show. I've talked about it all over the place. I need to actually do a TikTok explaining it. But I really do think that, let me move this so y'all can see. I really do think Bitcoin will hit $160,000 minimum, and this is probably going to occur. How many bars?
When?
91 days.
When?
Let me pull this.
She said 91 days. This was 2 months ago.
Date range.
Come on, Wendy. You're killing me. Wandor, no one watches.
That would be 217. It's going to be over here. It's going to be closer to.
All right, we got it. August 30th.
Like August 30th, because that's kind of.
Okay, so let's see if we're at that 160,000 by August 30th. That's in about about 45 days, a little less. I'll be a happy guy. I'll be making some episodes on that day. So maybe not. Maybe we might have missed that impending doom. All right. And now,
for the Bitboy price prediction from May 18th.
We're on the Bitboy page looking at his old content. And when I had the idea to do this episode, there was some content here available. But now that I returned to it, and I didn't even check it before I made this video, now that I returned to it, there's no content. They've removed all their content. The people that make 3 videos a day, just up every single day, 7 days a week, so important that we got to make it from the car, that apparently after May 12th until May 18th, after the dump, no content. Why is that, guys? Sounds like a scandal. You found it here first on the Paul Murrell Show. Bitboy scandal. He removes his content the week up before the big dump, probably because he didn't like, probably the advertisers didn't like their little commercial shows tied to the dump. So I can't show you what he was saying. You just have to take my word for it that the guy that makes 3 videos a day didn't just stop making videos May 13th to May 18th. They've been removed. They've been removed on purpose to protect his image because he had no idea. And it's okay. You should just come out and say it. Just say, I don't know. I give you a price prediction, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. So there you go. Nothing to be shown on the Bitboy crypto. I know it was a big build up to this, but I think it speaks volume. I think the absence of any content speaks for itself. There's some videos after the dump has occurred warning you about the dump, just like they always do. They're already invested in their projects before they even come out and tell you, hey, come out and invest in my project. You can see it here too. ICP Rocks 2021, one of the biggest ICO dumps in the whole year. Greatest pump. We're pumping ETH. Pumping XRP. You just go on and on, all these top projects, 100x coins. It's just, it is what it is. So I'm glad we had this talk. I'm going to go back to our regular program here. I'll leave you alone, Ben. I've been doing a lot of content on Ben lately. Again, it's not what I'm trying to do here. I just thought it was kind of entertaining and I wanted to expose the truth that, you got to take these people for what they are. They're basically entertainers just like me. They have a good knowledge base. They know a lot of things about crypto. And again, the technical analysis can give you a hand up. It's really one of the only tools you have against institutional money, and I hope to investigate that more. I hope to trade one day, but they say it takes a couple of years to really understand trading before you should even attempt it. So I'm going to try and stick to that plan and learn as much as I can about trading, but I'd like to get involved in that. They say 95% of the people lose money in trading. So yeah, it sounds like a good fit for me. Anyway,
but yeah,
wrap it
guess
up.
The take-home message there was Crypto, Chris. But he to be fair, he calls it on both sides. If you watch his show, it's called from both sides. He'll tell you, the market is going up, market's going down, and then he'll come back and say, I told you my price prediction was correct. You go back and I said it was going up, or I said it was going down, and that's what it did, because he makes both calls. So. But I like his attitude. I like his energy. It's always a positive, and so I'm not roasting Crypto by any means. I'm not really trying to roast any of them. It's just the truth, though. When you go and look and do the research, that no one knows. No one knows what the market's going to do. So with that being said, let's move on, talk about a few more things, and we'll wrap it up and get this out. And we'll just keep moving forward. Looking forward to tomorrow. We got a new weigh-in coming up on Monday when I go back to the doctors. I've been keeping it legit. I took the dog yesterday and today for, I call it the joggery. I like jog until exhaustion, and then walk at a good clip until I get my breath back, and then continue jogging. And yesterday the pup did really well. But today we got out a little bit late. It was my fault. And it gets hot. I mean, it was like 8:45, but it was already almost not too warm to be out there, but it was warm, too warm to be running or joggering. So he wasn't really having it, and I won't push him. So we just kind of took a nice walk. I'll have to do a little extra work on the treadmill to make up for my loss of joggery. But looking forward to it, and really need to get some interviews going. You know, I'm always got my fish in the water, my hook in the water, my fish in the water. Come on, Murrell. Got my hook in the water, looking for someone to take a bite. I think that it's the right step for my show. It'll make the content more interesting if I can get someone on board to talk about themselves or what they're involved in or their struggle. I think it'd be good for the show, be actual like content worth listening to. So I'm always trying to do that. I'm always trying to improve on all the aspects of what I'm doing here. It's a work in progress. It's a project to take on many great adventures here, not just the creating of content and getting a message out, but the whole process has just been an incredible project for me, and I've really enjoyed it. So don't take it too seriously yet. You know, we're just here trying to have some fun and have something to do besides watch TV and sit on the couch because it's too hot to go outside in the desert. So this is what I'm doing. So I appreciate anyone who's paying attention and keeping up to what I'm doing, having fun, wasting some time. I appreciate it. As always, you know, I need to spread the message. I'm completely suppressed. I can't get my wisdom out to the community until I can get over that 1,000 subscriber hump. It could be a long journey. I'm aware of this, but I've had jobs that I didn't even like that I worked at for a year. So I enjoy what I'm doing. It's no problem. You know, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love all my supporters. The number's not really that important right now. What I'm trying to do is to learn to deliver some kind of program that's worth watching. We're trying to develop concepts and just have some fun. That's what the space is supposed to be about. So that's what I'm trying to do. So until next time, peace.
Bitcoin.